Well, what is going on, Revolution? How are you tonight? Woo! Who is excited to be at Dunk Fest tonight? Say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got some people still coming in, but I want to introduce myself. My name is Taylor, and if I haven't met you yet, I'm so glad you're here. And with me, I have the incredible Hezzy. Everyone say hi, Hezzy. Now, Hezzy, this is a basketball-themed night, right? Dunk Fest.
Yes.
And you and I both love basketball.
Oh, yes.
And you and I both have some not rival teams, but teams that normally the other person doesn't like. And so I am a big Florida Gator fan. Where are my Florida Gator fans at? Where are you?
No, we don't do like Florida Gators.
All three of them. And you love the Duke Blue Devils.
Go Blue Devils.
Now, Duke, for those of you that don't know college basketball, Duke is a very successful school, but also not one that, unless you're a Duke fan, you don't really like it, right? Yeah. So we'll see what happens in the tournament. Florida should make it. Duke, we're not so sure, right?
We're doing okay this year.
Doing okay. Yeah, you got to win a couple games to get in. But we got a fun night planned tonight. Did you get your Pelicans? What? Real quick, what's the best flavor there?
No.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Normally, I can sometimes hear one or two things that you yell. I didn't hear a single one of those things, so I don't know. I don't know what that is. Root beer.
Wait, they have root beer?
Some support for root beer.
Root beer.
Okay, what about who got the sour tsunami? Did anyone get that one? Yeah, that one. I can't.
Pelicans
I love sour and I can't do
flavors.
that one. So you got your Pelicans. Who had chicken nuggets? Dunk. You get it? You get it?
Okay.
You dunk chicken nuggets in the sauce. Get it? You dunk them. So we had chicken nuggets. And then I have to tell you, we had the dunk tank before. We're going to continue having the dunk tank later on tonight after we're done up here. So you get a chance to dunk whoever. And my favorite one, probably going to be your favorite thing of the night, we are having a dunk contest right after we're done. Here's the deal. We got a gift card we're giving away to the winner. And here's how it works.
Yes.
You are going to get 3 tries. How many tries?
3.
3 tries. You can use people in your dunk.
Okay.
You can use props in your dunk.
Okay.
And my man Dusty, everyone look to the back and wave. Say hi, Dusty.
What's up?
Dusty is going to be the ultimate judge and decide the winner of the dunk contest. So if you want to be a part of the dunk contest right after we're done, Dusty will be downstairs to the left. You'll see him once we're done. We'll all go downstairs, and he'll be there. Go right there immediately for the dunk contest. You're going to compete?
Oh, yes.
You're going to do a dunk?
Oh, yes.
Are you going to do like some crazy behind the back windmill?
I don't know about all that because my back hurts from work.
Your back hurts. Just do the classic, like just walk up and just... Yeah, and it's, let me say this. It's one of those over-the-door rims, and so that means that you can just do the filthiest dunks on these things, right? Like you can just like break the rim. Well, don't break the rim, that'd be bad.
We're
but
not going to be Shaq today. No, we're not going to be Shaq today.
Yeah. Don't break the rim, but you can break the rim. Yes. Anyway, but we got a game right now. And this game is called, are you ready? I need a drum roll. Are you ready? Drum roll. Here we go. This game is called, Where is the GOAT? Now, here's how it works.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, man. Come on. Tom Brady.
Sorry, I had to put it in there.
I am so tired.
I had to put it in there.
I'm so tired of Tom Brady. I just got to say that. So, where is the GOAT? Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. People online are like, "What did that kid say? Like, did that kid curse or something?" He didn't curse. He just said, "Where's Curry?" And we'll talk later. So this game works like this. On the screens, there's going to be one picture at a sporting event. Don't you miss the days where we could have fans at sporting events?
Oh, yes.
That was the best. Hopefully soon. But you're going to see a picture of a sporting event, and it's going to be broken up into 9 sections. How many sections?
9.
9 sections. We're going to have 2 people up here competing. They're going to look at the screen, and they're going to have to figure out where the GOAT is in the picture. And then they're going to buzz in. Impressive. That's my favorite. We're going to buzz in, and then we're going to see if they are right in guessing which section the GOAT is in. Now, you are looking for an actual GOAT. Let me repeat. You are looking for an actual GOAT in the picture, not the athlete, not the athlete
Brady,
that you think.
Not Curry, nothing.
Yeah,
actual GOAT.
Yeah, not like Tom Brady, who's the greatest of all time.
Yes.
Not that. You're going to look for an actual GOAT. The winner, after a few rounds, will get a Target gift card. Say, ooh, ah.
Oh yeah, I love Target. Target's my favorite place.
And this is pretty awesome. You are going to get our trophy for tonight.
The GOAT mask. The GOAT mask.
This is yours.
The official GOAT mask.
This is yours. Online, just check this beauty out. Check this beauty out. Yeah, that's something. That's something. So there you go.
Oh, yes.
There you go. Sound good?
Yes.
All right, here we go. But Hezzy, I need you to choose 2 people.
2 people.
Only 2. Only 2 that are going
Who
to
we
compete.
got tonight? Who we got tonight? Who we got? Who
Only
we
2.
got? Okay, I'm gonna do this. All right. Where my freshmen at?
Ooh, freshman.
Where my
You got one
freshmen?
right here.
We got some?
You got one right here. Right in
Got
front.
one right here.
Right here.
All right. Where are my seniors at? Class of 2021. Where you at? 2021.
You got one in
Where
the
you
back?
at? Come on, Brandon.
Yeah, Tara, come on up.
You're a
come on up.
junior. I know you.
Yeah, you got to be a real senior. You can't just be like an honorary
Come
senior.
on, Brandon.
Yeah. Here we go. All right, so tell everyone your name. Oh, hold on.
Hold on.
Tell everyone your name.
Taylor.
Oh, we'll try.
We got technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Taylor.
Everyone say hi, Taylor. Tell everyone your name.
Brandon.
Everyone say hi, Brandon. Hi, Brandon. All right, so y'all understand the game, right? You gotta look for the actual goat. Like, Taylor has something else. Taylor has a goat impression. She
sounded like a sheep.
that I hope she wins so she can wear it and do the impression.
Yeah.
All right, anyways, here we go. Question 1, hands behind your back, You can look on any of the
Either
screens.
one.
They'll be on any of the screens. So here we go. Question 1, put it up right now and go. Oh, by a second, it was Brandon. Brandon?
6.
He says 6. Is that right, tech team? Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
That's one.
Brandon, good job. 1-0.
So I get to wear it now?
No, you don't get to
No,
wear it.
not yet.
It was winner take all. No. We're going to keep going. All right, here we go. Second round. Brandon's up 1-0. Here we go. Oh, it was 6 sections. I lied. I said it was 9. It's really 6.
6.
Tara, what do you think?
5.
5? Is 5 correct, tech team? Oh, they've thrown up the X. Brandon.
2.
2. Tech team, is 2 correct? 2 is correct. Do you see him? Do you see him way up there? Wow,
2-0.
Brandon.
You got some good
I
eyes.
told you I'm winning this.
You
Brandon,
got
you're
some good
crushing
eyes.
it.
I could not
need
even
to-
see that myself.
Brandon, I actually need to give you a goat head as an incentive, and you like you're ready to go. All right, here we go. Brandon, you're up 2-0.
Last time we played this type of thing.
That's true. You got crushed last time, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I thought
So
that was
here we
big
go.
stuff.
Here we go. Tech team, here we go. Round 3. Ooh, Roger Federer. That's a real goat right there. I am so bad at this game.
I cannot see.
Oh, was that it? No, that's not it. That's a sign.
Why did I think that was big stuff for a
Oh,
minute?
who in the audience knows where it is? Don't say where it is. Just say, okay, the audience knows where it is. This one's really tough.
You're not supposed to tell him.
Go ahead. I don't.
4.
Oh, Brandon says 4.
Tech team?
Is 4 it? That's it. Look at the very corner. The very corner. Look
It's
at that.
not even on that screen. That's why I couldn't see it.
Look at this. Yeah, actually, yeah. Our bad. We cut it off there. No wonder we couldn't find it. All right, here we go. We're going to do a couple more rounds. Taylor, you got to start winning some to stay in
Yes.
it, okay? Okay, here we go. Tech team, put it on the screen.
What in the
They
world?
told
Oh, good luck.
Oh, there you go. I don't know about
Okay,
this one.
I'm going to say... Do you really? Are you
For real?
lying? I
Who
think
sees
it's...
it? Who sees it? Who's it? Who see it?
Is that it? Oh, I think I see it. I think I know where it is. But I'm not sure that I'm correct.
Anyone give it a guess?
Just give it a guess. Give it a guess.
a good guess.
You got 1 out of 6.
So-
1 out of 6 choices. What is that? 10, 15%? I don't even know. Is that you got to buzz in?
Yeah. Wait.
Oh, you broke the buzzer. There you go.
6.
6. Tech team, is it 6?
Correct. Oh. Wow. Where is it?
Oh my God.
That's impressive.
Wow.
That's impressive. That's impressive. We'll do one more, but Taylor, I think we'll do one more. We'll see if you can get 1 point on the board. We're gonna see if Taylor can get 1 point on the
Here,
board.
I'll give it an advantage.
He's gonna put.
You're gonna put the. Oh, that thing is frightening. Oh, I don't like that one bit. This is like, guys. This is like from one of those scary movies. You know what I'm
Yes.
talking about? Like one of those messed up scary movies. I don't like this one bit.
No.
All right, here we go. Last round in the goat mask. Here we go. Liverpool.
Boo.
Is that it? That may or may not be a person. I think I found it. I think it might be a person.
No,
I don't know.
I don't think so. I haven't.
You don't.
found it.
You see where I'm looking? Taylor, what do you?
2.
Tech team.
Throw up the
X,
X.
big X.
Brandon,
Big
to
X.
I
sweep.
literally couldn't see through that.
To sweep, it's not 2. 1, 3, 4, 5, or 6. 3, 4, 5, or 6. What in the world? All right, 5, 4.
Someone needs
3.
math.
Brandon says 4. Is 4 correct?
Tech team. Big X.
Show us where the goat is on this last one. I think it's right up there.
Number 3.
Yep, it's right up there. It's right up there. All right, Taylor. I'm so sorry. Make some noise for Taylor. Say great job, Taylor. Great job. Great try. Great try.
Thank you.
But our winner and the GOAT himself, Brandon. Give it up for Brandon.
Oh, on
Can I
top
put
of that,
this,
he's a Tampa fan, so.
Can I put? I was gonna try to put this in the. On they.
On top of that, he's a Tampa fan, so he's the GOAT now.
There you go. Is that?
What?
Is
Is
that
that
gonna
good
say?
enough?
That's not gonna
I mean,
say.
okay, just
there you
take
go.
it.
There you
No,
go.
okay.
That is frightening.
Okay,
I don't
just
like this
take it.
one bit.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Face smashed it and everything. Okay.
It's so weird. Why did we do this? Why did we do this to ourselves?
It was a good game, though.
It was a good game. It was a good game. So, real quick, I want to invite our worship team to make their way up here. Make some noise for our worship team, by the way. They're an awesome team, yeah. Couple of announcements, couple of reminders.
Yes.
I told you about the dunk contest, so make sure if you're doing the dunk contest, remember, go see who? Dusty. Everyone say again, hi, Dusty. Yeah, go see
Hello.
Dusty. After we're done tonight, go out the doors to the left. Dusty will be there for the dunk contest. If you haven't followed us on social media yet, follow us right now. You can get our trail and follow us right now. On Instagram, we're RevAtGrace. If you're on Facebook, I know mom and dads are on Facebook.
For
so,
sure.
So hi, moms and dads. We're happy you're watching. But like us at Grace Youth 239. And then subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yes.
Got a YouTube channel. Subscribe to us there. We're streaming on YouTube as well. Hi, YouTube friends. Make sure you subscribe to us there. And we're on TikTok.
Oh, we're on TikTok now.
We're TikTok.
Oh.
I say it so funny. TikTok.
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 I did not know that.
We are
Now
on
I'm gonna have to
TikTok.
follow on TikTok.
We're on
I got
TikTok.
every other social media except for TikTok.
Yeah, we're on
so now I'm gonna
TikTok.
have to follow on TikTok.
TikTok. I say it like that. I don't know why. But yeah, follow us. Make sure you do that. One other announcement, and then I promise we'll be quiet and we'll let the worship. We'll watch the video and we'll let the worship team do their thing. We have an awesome opportunity to help out families in our community coming up on Easter weekend.
Yes.
And we get to egg people's houses.
Ooh.
Like for real. We get to egg people's houses. Not quite in the way that you think though. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to get all day on April 3rd. Literally, you can take a time slot from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Anytime in there. There's some different time slots available.
Okay.
You can meet us here, and we are going to drive all over Cape Coral, Fort Myers, North Fort Myers, and egg people's yards for Easter. And we're going to literally dump a bunch of Easter eggs in the front of their yard. We're going to give them a kit for them to egg their neighbor, and we're going to drive from house to house to egg people's houses. It's going to be so much fun. So here's what I need you to do. If you're interested in that, or if your small group is interested in doing this together, please make sure to sign up at egracechurch.com/eggs. Say eggs.
Eggs.
What a weird URL. What a weird website. egracechurch.com/eggs. That's just weird. But hey, so here's what we're going to do. We're getting ready to go into a time of worship tonight. And then after that, we're going to have a lesson, and then we're going to have some more dunk tank and dunk contest fun.
Dunk everything.
Dunk everything. We're going to dunk everything. So during worship, I want to say this. We want to invite you to be as comfortable as you want to be during worship. I know some of you want to get into it and clap along and raise your hands. We invite you to do that. Some of you might be newer here. You might be like, I don't know what this is all about. I'm just going to check it out. We want to invite you to do that. We don't want to put any pressure on you to feel like you have to do anything special. We just ask you one thing, though, that you be respectful during worship. There are some people that might want to listen to the song, so don't yell to your neighbor and go, I'm so excited for Dunk Fest. Don't do that. Let people worship.
Yes.
Sound good, Hezzy?
Perfect.
Any final words for the people?
Good night.
Good night. Check out this video.
You may be seated.
I've got a question for you all, and I got 3 questions actually, and I'm going to give you a warning. These might start a debate, so just be ready, okay? And some of you like to debate, so this is nothing new, okay? I have a question for you. When it comes to the greatest basketball player of all time, is it LeBron or Michael Jordan? Who is it? Who is it? Tell me. It's literally Michael Jordan. I have one. So someone over here said, if you don't say Michael Jordan, you're wrong. Let me get something out of the way real quick. If you said Steph Curry or Kevin Durant, just have a seat right now and leave. We're not even gonna play that game. We're not gonna play that game. I would go with Michael Jordan. However, are you ready? Hot take. I can make the case that LeBron is also the GOAT. I could argue it both ways. I could do it. Talk to me later. I'll give you my argument. I'll give you my thesis of why LeBron might be the GOAT. Here's another one. Are you ready? Star Wars or Harry Potter? What's the GOAT? Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, hold on. Okay, listen. Okay, hold on. 5 years ago, you ready? 5 years ago, I would have said Harry Potter. Now, I think I say Star Wars. I do. Because Star Wars keeps reinventing itself and doing new things, and it's so awesome. All right. That's why it's trash now. Wow. No Star Wars fans in the house. All right, I got one more for you. One more. You ready? And this should be, if this is not unanimously one thing, I'm going to be so upset. Android or Apple? Apple. It's Apple. It's Apple. Easily Apple. Not even close. No contest. You can bring it on home. It is Apple. It's Apple, I'm telling you. He's got an iPhone. Yeah, iPhone. It's the best. It's the best. Sorry. Now, here's the deal. Okay. Here's why we're starting with this, and here's why I've just made some of you really mad, okay? Because we love debating about things that are the greatest of all time. We just love it. It can be the TV show, it can be a movie, it can be an athlete, it can be a phone, it can be whatever. We love debating about who or what is the GOAT. And so here's what I want to invite us to do. I want to invite us over the next couple weeks together to talk about this idea of greatness and talk about what greatness really looks like. Because here's the truth. You can say yes or no to this. We all have our own ideas of what greatness is, yes? Yeah, we all have our own ideas of what it means to be great and what greatness actually looks like. But I want us to take a few weeks to talk about different perspectives, specifically God's perspective of what greatness actually is. And here's the truth. I think it might surprise some of us. But I want to say this first before we dive in. Here's the great thing, no pun intended, about what we're going to talk about tonight. That what we talk about tonight, no matter how close you are to God or not, no matter how close to Him you feel or far away from Him you feel, no matter whether you have a relationship with Him or you feel like you have no relationship with Him, the stuff that we're going to talk about this week and next week, it can help you too. And then it can apply to your life, even if you don't feel like you have a great relationship with God. I want to encourage you with that no matter whether you've been to church for 5 minutes or 5 months or 5 years, this stuff can help. And so what I'm talking about tonight, don't just write it off and go, oh, well, yeah, he's not talking to me. No, I am talking to you. I'm talking to everybody in this room because no matter where you're at, it can matter. So here's the deal. I'm gonna say something else that might be true. I think it is. That everybody wants to be great at something. Everybody wants to be great at something. You don't wake up one day and go, I hope today I can be terrible at everything. Like nobody does that. We all want to be great at something. We want to be great at least one thing, probably multiple things. Maybe for some of us, we want to be great students. Maybe for some of us, we want to be great athletes. Who plays a sport in here? Who's an athlete? Yeah, wave at me. Yeah. So you all want to be great athletes, right? Some of us, we want to be great friends. Others of us, stay with me now. We want to be great boyfriends or girlfriends, ayo, right? Like we want to be great, right? Some of us are like, no. Some of us, on some days, when we're worried about getting grounded maybe, we might want to be great sons or great daughters. We want to be great at something. And whatever it is we want to be great at, our desire to be great remains the same. But here's something else to think about. How do we measure greatness? How do we measure greatness? We measure greatness by our accomplishments, don't we? I mean, just think about it. Let's go back to the LeBron and MJ debate, okay? If I asked you to break down for me who was the GOAT, what would you do? You would start going to their accomplishments, right? You'd say, well, Michael went 6 for 6 in finals. And you'd go, well, LeBron has this many MVPs. And we'd start naming the accomplishments that each of them have to determine their greatness. And we do, or Seth Curry. You'd start talking about Seth Curry's three-point percentage or whatever it might be. But we would start talking about our accomplishments of what determines greatness. We let accomplishments determine what makes us greater, if we are great. But here's the greatness I'm talking about tonight. I'm not talking about this ego greatness. I'm not talking about the greatness that makes you feel like you're better than everybody else and you have an ego. I'm talking about greatness in another sense. I'm talking about worth. Say that word with me. You ready? Ready, set, go. Worth. Yeah, I'm talking about your worth. Worth is this idea that you mean something, that you are something, that you're valuable, that you are worth something, that you're good enough, that you matter. That's what worth is. And I want us to talk a little bit about that tonight, because I'm willing to bet that in your world, your worth, stay with me because this is too important for you to miss, that your worth is measured by your accomplishments. Let's get real. That too often we let our worth, if we're good enough, if we're valuable, if we matter, be measured by what we accomplish. We let our resume and our grades and our stats and everything that we have speak for us as to whether we are worth something or worth nothing. And here's what happens when we do this. Eventually, we can't keep up. Let me put it to you this way. Let me give you an example. So over the past few years, for those of you that don't know, I love playing video games. Any other video game people out there? Yeah, where are you at? Yeah, I love playing video games. And I wish I had more time to play them, but when I have time, I love playing them. And I recently, a few years ago, I got into all of the battle royale games. Like I tried these out, right? Like when those started to become popular, I'm like, let me check these out. So here's what happened. Confession time. Can you keep a secret? Okay, good. Okay. Here's what happened. No matter whether it was Fortnite a few years ago, whether it was, what's the other one? Apex. Does that sound right? Is that it? Yeah. Whether it was Apex after that, whether it was Warzone, right? Like for my older kids, Call of Duty Warzone. I have to tell you this. I stink at all of them. I am terrible at every single one of these games. I stink. I can't get one kill and I die in 10 seconds. I am lucky if I finish better than 80th out of these things, okay? Like I am terrible at them. And here's why I know that I'm not the GOAT. I'm like the WOAT. I'm the worst of all time at these, right? So here's how I know I'm terrible. I see the leaderboard after the game, right? And I'm looking for myself and where I'm at, and I am way down at the bottom. But here's the deal. Stay with me over here. Stay with me, my girls and guys over here. Stay with me. We do this with our lives too. We put up the leaderboard and we look to our left and to our right and around us at other people, and we compare ourselves and how we're doing and let our worth be dictated by those things. We have a leaderboard in our own life, if we're being honest. But eventually, this might work for a time. This might work for a little bit, but eventually we can't keep up. Eventually we fall short. And we bomb that test, or we have a terrible game or a terrible stretch of games or a terrible season. Eventually that relationship breaks up because of maybe something dumb that we did or something dumb that someone else did. Eventually, you don't get into that school. Eventually, you don't get that job. Eventually, you don't get into that club you applied for. And eventually, it catches up to us where our accomplishments no longer boost our worth, but our accomplishments can knock us down and make us feel worthless. And this is what happens. This is the danger. See, when our self-worth is tied solely to expectations from others, it results in disappointment. It might not be disappointment today. It might not be disappointment tomorrow. It might not be disappointment next week or next month. But eventually, when our self-worth is tied solely to expectations from others and meeting the standard and expectation that others set for us, it results in disappointment. And it crushes us, doesn't it? Let's get real. And I'm not telling you to get real with the person next to you. I'm telling you to get real with yourself right now. When you bombed that test, or when you had that bad game or bad season, when you didn't get into that school, when you didn't get that job, when that relationship ended, when you blew that friendship, when you blew that opportunity, you felt this. You felt disappointed, and you felt like a tinge of you was worthless. You felt it. Because this is what happens when we let other people dictate our self-worth. When we let other expectations dictate whether or not we are worthy or not worthy, we're lined up for disappointment every time. But what if there's another way? What if it doesn't have to be this way? And this isn't a message that we would often hear, but what if it doesn't have to be the way that the world says it has to be? I want to invite us for just a few moments to look at God's perspective on this. God's perspective on our worth. And I want us to look at specifically a sentence from a guy who knows a lot about God's worth. His name is Paul. Say Paul. And for those of you that don't know, you might be unfamiliar with this. Paul was this amazing missionary and church planner. That means that back in the days when the church was still forming, like when we didn't know buildings like this as the church, we just knew a group of people as the church. Paul was the guy who sort of coordinated and rounded up different groups of people all over the world to be able to form the church. And Paul was a guy who knew a lot about worth and knew a lot about God's grace and forgiveness. Because Paul used to live a life of hurting Christ's followers, and then he ended up living a life to help put together and bring together Christ's followers. So Paul knew a lot about what it meant to be worth less based on accomplishments and find worth in who God is. And so we're going to look at one thing that he said that I think can resonate and make a difference in our lives today, and it's Ephesians 2:10. It says this. It says, for we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do the good things he planned for us long ago. So Paul describes us. Paul describes you and me. We are God's masterpiece. He describes us. That's an interesting way to describe us, isn't it? A masterpiece. Now, I don't know what you think of when you hear the word masterpiece. When I hear the word masterpiece, I often think of famous paintings, right? Like famous paintings done by an artist. And I want us to look at one, and hear me, I am like the least, when it comes to that kind of art, like drawing or painting, or I am the least artistic dude out there. So I don't know as many paintings or artists, but I do know one really famous painting that I want to talk about for a little bit, and that's the Mona Lisa. Raise your hand. You've seen the Mona Lisa, right? You all know this one. This is like the first one, right? It's like the first painting that you see, right? This is it. Okay. So Mona Lisa. So here it is. This was painted by, are you ready? Leonardo da Vinci. I know a little bit. I know enough about art. Corbin painted that, actually. Yeah, Corbin painted that. So this was painted by a guy named Leonardo da Vinci, and it's his most famous painting. It currently is in a museum in France, and check this out. Are you ready? It's estimated in 2015, so this was 6 years ago, it was estimated that this painting was worth $782 million. This one painting is worth that much money. Now, here's what I'll say. What made it a masterpiece to us might have been the value, right? When you hear that number, a lot of you just went, whoa, that's a lot of money. But here's what made it a masterpiece to Da Vinci. It wasn't a masterpiece because he knew it was worth a lot. It probably wasn't even a masterpiece because he knew that this was going to be a great painting when he was done. Here's what made this a masterpiece to Da Vinci. He created it. He made it. He made it. He brought it from his mind into an actual thing. He was the creator of this piece. And whether it was worth $782 million or $7.82, It was worth something to Da Vinci. It was a masterpiece in his eyes because he was the creator. And can I just say this? What if the same thing is true about us and God? What if the same thing is true about us and God? Meaning, what if it doesn't matter what our accomplishments are or what our resume is? What if our worth, the difference in whether or not we are worthy or not worthy, what if it doesn't come from anything that we can or cannot do? What if it comes from our Creator, God? And for those of you that might be new to church, you might be like, what are you talking about, Creator? Like he didn't make me. Well, let me read this to you. This verse is from the very first, the first page of the Bible. If you open it up, you're going to see this. And I want us to look at this together. It's Genesis 1:27. It says this: so God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female, he created them. It says that human beings, once again, we, you and I, are made in the image of God. Here's what that means. That means that we have inherent worth. That means that because we are God's creation and because we are made in his image, we have value. He created you in the likeness of him, meaning that there are elements of God that are in you. Crazy, right? Now, not necessarily like the cool powers to make someone float, but you get the picture. You are his Mona Lisa. You are his masterpiece. And here's what it means. If you are his masterpiece, your worth does not come from what you can do. Your worth does not come from what you cannot do. Your worth doesn't come from anybody else around you or any expectation or standard that someone else can put on you. Your value comes from the one that created you. The God that you don't know, the God that you might not know, knows you. And he sees you and he loves you. You are his masterpiece. If you don't hear anything else today, I want you to hear this: that real greatness comes from whose you are, not what the world says you are. That real greatness, real worth, your sense of identity comes from whose you are, not what the world says you should be. That's the truth I want you to hear tonight. It doesn't come from what others determine. It doesn't come from how great of a student you are, how great of an athlete you are, how great of a friend you are, or how great of a son or daughter or brother or sister you are. It doesn't come from any of that. It doesn't come from being first on the leaderboard or last on the leaderboard. Your worth comes from whose you are, and you are God's. You're God's masterpiece. He created you. There's nothing you have to do to prove yourself in God's eyes. There's nothing. Here's what this means. This means that your worth cannot be taken away by somebody else. This means that your worth cannot be compromised by somebody else. This means your worth cannot be stolen by somebody else. It's given to you by your Creator. And some of us, I'm going to get real with you, the last year, you know, it was a year ago tonight was our last time being here in person before we had to take like a 6-month, break because of COVID. We weren't able to gather here. And I remember this night a year ago, and I remember where my life was at, and I remember the days, weeks, and months after this. And I can tell you that there were times in my life where my ministry and the fact that we weren't meeting together and I couldn't see you eye to eye, it dictated how I felt my worth was. And I felt pretty worthless because I couldn't gather with you all. There are times during quarantine where I wasn't the nicest to Elisa or Gemma. And because of those actions, there were times where I felt pretty worthless. There were decisions that I made and things that I said to coworkers that made me feel pretty bad and made me feel worthless. And I know I'm not alone. Over this past year, you might have had relationships break. You might have had financial struggles. You might have had relationship struggles. You might have had spiritual struggles. You might have had all kinds of struggles in your life that made you feel worthless. And you might be sitting here tonight going, gosh, I wish I could get back to where I was a year ago. I wish I could get back before any of this COVID stuff happened. And I wish I could get my life back to that point and that place and that time. Because it would be so much better then. And I feel so much better. And here's what I want to tell you tonight. That no matter what's happened in your life over this past year, you can start right now. You can restart. It doesn't mean that you're stuck. It means that you can look to your Creator, the one who made you, the one who knit you together, the one who knows you, even if you don't know him. It means you can look to him and go, I am your masterpiece. Does it mean that we might have areas to improve in our life? Absolutely. Does it mean that all of us are perfect? No, it doesn't. But it does mean that God gives us our worth. And I hope for some of you tonight that sets you free. I hope that some of you tonight, this reminder of that your worth is not found in your GPA or whatever other number or leaderboard or stat you want to look at, but that your worth is found in him, sets you free tonight. That you don't feel like you have to spin your wheels and try to get everything right to be worth something, but that you know that you are worth something because you're created by God in his image. There's a couple things I want to encourage you to do before we close tonight, to live this out. Just one thing to know this, but it's another thing to live it out. Here's the first thing. I want you to remind yourself where your worth comes from. Because this might be your first reminder tonight, but here's what I know is going to happen. You're going to go home, and then you're going to wake up tomorrow, and you're going to go to school, and you're going to do your thing, and you're going to forget about this. Your life's going to happen, you're just going to forget. So I want to create rhythms to remind yourself that my worth does not come from whatever you find a lot of worth in, but my worth comes from whose I am. My worth comes from whose I am, and I am God's. But here's the second thing. Don't just remind yourself, but I want you to spend time to connect with the one that gave you your worth. Connect with the one who deems you worthy. Spend time connecting with him. We all connect with God in different ways. Some of us, we pray. Some of us, we listen to worship music. Some of us, we read a Devo plan. Or some of us, we talk to people that we know can give us good advice and point us back to God. Whatever it is for you, spend time intentionally connecting with God in that way. Because when you spend time with the one who reminds you of your worth, it changes everything. It changes everything. I want to invite our worship team to come up as I'll close with this story. I can remember, for me, this whole thing changed. If I had to give you a picture of what this idea looks like, I think of my own daughter, Gemma, who's around here somewhere tonight running around. Hopefully she's not getting in trouble, but she's around here somewhere. And so this was right when Gemma was born. And here's the deal. I can remember we were in the hospital for a couple of days, and then we went home. And I remember there was one time in the first 2 weeks of her life, and I was sitting on the recliner, and I was holding her as we were trying to get her to sleep. And I remember just thinking how I had all these huge dreams and huge wishes and huge hopes for her life. And then I thought about, and this sounds terrible, but it's true, I thought about all the hurt that she's going to experience. And I thought about how she's just a little baby right now, but as she grows up and as she goes through life, that life is really hard. And I sat there going, gosh, if Gemma could just live life knowing how I feel about her, it would make all the difference. If Gemma could live life knowing how much I love her and how she doesn't have to prove herself to anyone, it would make all the difference. And I hope that above all else, she can do that when she's older. And then as I'm holding her, as I'm wishing that, as I'm praying that, all of a sudden I got this thought from God. And it said, Taylor, that's what I've thought about you. That's what I've thought about you your whole life. And for the times that you bully yourself, for the times that you put yourself down, for the times that you talk negatively about yourself, for the times that you don't speak up because you're afraid you're going to sound stupid, for the times you think you're foolish, for all the things that you hate about yourself and you wish you could change, Taylor, I wish you could see yourself the way I see you. As I'm holding Gemma, I just sat in the recliner, I just began to cry. I began to think about her, and I began to think about me, and I began to think about the God who loves me most and best. The God who gave me worth, not based on how great of a dad I am, or a husband I am, or a pastor I am. A God that gave me worth because I'm made in his image. I can live as God's beloved because of that. And you can too. You can live as that too. So tonight, if you don't hear anything else, hear that your real greatness, your real worth, it doesn't come from what the world says you should be. It comes from whose you are, and you are God's. Would you stand and pray? God, we're thankful that you see us as a masterpiece when we don't even see ourselves as that. God, right now, there's some of us in this room and watching an hour later that are thinking about all the things that we wish we could change, all the things that we wish were different about us, all the things that we don't like about ourselves, all the things that we think negatively about ourselves. And God, I pray that right now in this moment, we would hear that same whisper that I heard holding Gemma, that my friends here would hear your voice and saying, I wish you could see yourself the way I see you. God, that we would live into this created intent that you have for us. To live as people in your image, to live as your beloved, your masterpiece right here, God. God, I pray that for some of us that might have felt really worthless walking into this place or tuning in, God, that you would give us a sense of your worth. God, that it wouldn't come from any accomplishment, that it wouldn't come from any extra thing, but God, that you would give it to us because we are your creation. God, we thank you that you know us and you see us even when we don't know or we don't see you. And thank you for giving us second, third, fourth, fifth chances. God, it's in your name we pray. Amen. So friends, to close tonight, we're gonna sing a song that talks about this idea of worth, that talks about who God says you are. And I want to invite you, if you know this song, to sing it. If you don't know this song, let the words be sung over you. If you want to make your seat a place of prayer, you can pray right where you're at. If you want to grab an adult, they can pray with you too, now or after we're done. But I want to invite you to sing and be respectful of those around us as our worship team leads us. right, friends, can we make some more noise? One more round of noise for our worship team tonight. Remember, your worth does not come from what others say you are. Your worth comes from whose you are, and you are God's. Amen? Isn't that right? All right, so here's what we got for the rest of the night. We've got the dunk tank. Who's excited to dunk some people in the dunk tank? And we've got a dunk contest. So here's what I need you to do. We are not going to have small groups tonight. Small groups will start back up next week. Don't worry. We'll be back here for part 2 of GOAT next week. But we're going to do small groups next week. But for tonight, I need you all calmly to head downstairs. Either head to the dunk tank, you can hang out, or head to the left, find Dusty if you want to take part in the dunk contest. We love you. Peace. Bye online.